Welcome back. Welcome back. This is round two of Sounds of the Power Grounds with yours truly, J.R. Lonelodge. Once again, I'm coming straight from you from Concho, USA. My res, that is my res. Home of the Southern Cheyenne, Southern Arapaho tribes. And without further ado, I want to thank Hawk Hardigo for doing all the setup, doing all the hard work. I just show up and he does all the work. Kind of works that way. I kind of like that, as I'm just the talent and he does all the work. But I'll give a shout out to him. He's the one that actually orchestrated this whole fiasco, and actually, he gave me a show, and we're gonna do it till we get kicked off, so we'll see what happens. So, but once again, all powwow people out there, all new listeners, thank you for coming in and taking a listen, taking a gander at my new show. We're gonna talk about all things good and great in powwow world. If you got any suggestions, definitely hit me up. Email address is jrlonelodge@gmail.com, or if you can find me on Facebook, if I haven't blocked you, hit me up on there as well. If you got any flyers, send them my way so I can advertise those as well. We got a lot of good powwows coming up. Last show we talked about the great Denver March. That was a good show out there. Brought back a lot of good memories back in the day. Like when I came all the way from Teen Boy Fancy all the way up to men's. Like I said, I've always had a like fun at that powwow. That was always the good one. Starting off the powwow season with that big jump at that Denver March. After that, it snowballs out to you got gatherings coming up, and all the other powwows in the summertime. January and July is always a big one too. We got all the big ones, and around September you got the California Coast Circuit. Starting off with it usually starts off with, I think, was it Pachanga, and then after that, you have Verona, Saquon, Morongo, all those ones back to back. So powwow season is full step. You guys, just starting out. It's time to get on the treadmill. Like I said, get those hackle bustles, dust that dust off of them, get those jingles out. Start, getting all those new dresses done that, you've been putting off for months and months. It's about that time to get the things going. That beadwork that you've been having sitting for a while, and it's time to turn out the TV and get it done. Because, powwow season is getting closer and closer. And the next thing you know, you'll be out there with just the same old stuff. You can't be doing that. You got to come fresh. So, but, you know how we do it in powwow world. But once again, thanks for tuning in to my show up here. This show is not about me. This show is actually about everybody else out there. And that's what I'm going to bring back, So all my guests out there, this will be a showcase for you guys, showcase that we can get your voice out there. Any topics you want to bring on, definitely talk about that, and there's going to be no holds bars. There ain't no restrictions. Ain't no duct tape on the mic. Here we go. Which is whatever you guys say, you guys say, and if you guys talk about that one person, you know what I'm talking about. That one guy. I ain't mentioning names, but you know who you are. You can even say that. We ain't got no restrictions here. So, but I just kidding. I don't want to get too crazy on it like that. But we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go jump in right off the bat. I'm gonna start announcing some powwows coming up. See what's going on. So right off the bat, today looks like you have the second annual Cheyenne Arapaho Tribal Youth Powwow. It's the 25th year. The outgoing benefit dance announcing new royalty today, I guess. Starts March 10th, which is today. Clinton ERC building. Gord dances starts at 3 p.m. Supper at 5. Head staff, you got MC Willie Bullcoming. Head singer got Billy Youngbird. Head man dancer Gary Lime. Head lady dancer Paula White Buffalo. Head little boy dancer is going to be Eli Williams. Head little girl is going to be Carolyn Blackwolf. And AD is going to be the Gould brothers. Invited princess is going to be Cheyenne Senior Labor Day Princess Anna Marie Comasita, OIN Junior Princess Abigail Littleman. So that's going to be going down over there at Clinton ERC building today. So if you didn't do anything, go out there and go check it out. It'd be a good one out there that way. Second up. Going through that, you got University of Redlands Powwow Saturday, March 23rd, 2024. University of Redlands grand entry is at 1 p.m. and at 7 p.m. And this one is all the way out there in California, good old California. One thing about it is, I used to live in California, loved it, everything. It's like, man, here in Oklahoma, I can't get good carne asada. You can only get good carne asada in California, man. And it doesn't matter what burrito stand I try out. Ain't nothing like California carne asada. But man, if I had some days off, man, I go swing out there and check out that Redlands Powwow. I just can't get a good carne asada in Oklahoma. It's all right. It's all right. There's some spots I can get, like a little fix, but man, I miss those burrito stands out that way. Next up, got one of the guests I'm going to have on here a little bit is Brian Frijo. Just going to announce some of the stuff that he's got going on. He's got his Music is Medicine, Beats and Blessings tour. 2024, he's going to be up in Tulsa. March 22nd. He'll be up there at the Gypsy Coffee House. After that, he's going to OKC the next day over the Pump Bar after hours, 1 p.m. sunrise. So, and after that, Oklahoma City has got March 30th, East Side Pizza House, a B-Day party. Gary, Oklahoma, he's going to be throwing his beats out that way. Looks like on March 26th over the CNA Opioid Response Gathering. Concho, he's going to be throwing the beats over there. Listen, March 28th, CNA Opioid Response Gathering over there. After that, he shoots over onto Anaheim. I'm thinking this is going to be Anaheim, California, April. And then he's got dates to be announced on that. And then comes right back. Looks like he'll be in Little Rock after that, performing. Mark's always been pretty cool. I always see him at like a lot of the youth functions and stuff. He's got a good voice, and he always talks up, like the kids, and like lets them know what to expect. And he's a good role model. I look at that guy. He's been in movies and stuff, and I haven't made it to the movie screens yet, but maybe one of these days he'll throw me a gig. So hopefully, if I keep on sponsoring him and throwing these dates out for him, he'll put me in one of his movies or so. Going on from there, we got looks like we got 17th annual celebration education powwow, the largest intertribal celebration of arts music festival knowledge in North Texas. That's going to be April 6th. April 6th and April 7th. That's going to be the Chisholm Trail Outdoor Museum in Claiborne, Texas. Now, that's going to be down in Texas. Now, I'm a Sooner fan, but I'll go down there. I'll go down there and check it out, stuff like that here and there. And gonna admit, I used to actually live in Texas for a little bit. It wasn't, love will make you do dumb things. And that one time I was actually living in Houston, man. I used to catch heck, going to the Walmart with all my OU gear and stuff. And one time, my sister came down. She had a big giant OU sticker on the back of her car. Came out of their car, and someone had bent up the back window wiper just because of her OU sticker. But man, I know how OU and Texas kind of get along, So, but we'll see what happens when we go down there. I mean, still got family and friends down there. The Alabama Cachada is out there. I want to give you guys a shout out. I hope you guys are tuning in. Thanks for, they always have a good celebration down there too, down in Livingston, Texas. That's always a good powwow. Man, it's hot too, boy. I remember that one time they had that Iron Man special. I remember it was me and Doug Schofield. We had there was an Iron Man special out there, and at first I didn't know it was an Iron Man special, so I thought it was just a regular contest. And usually when I get ready for those, I'm good for about 3 songs. So first song, I'm gonna admit, I kind of coasted through that one. Second song, I was like, all right, it's on. They'll probably call finals, not knowing what the committee or what the family was trying to do. So I went through it. The second song kind of went out. Just gave it everything I had, started doing my routine, going through my moves. And then all of a sudden, they call another song. I was like, oh, all right. So I got this one. So, and I kept thinking, all right, after this, we'll probably call finals. I'll get a break, whatnot. So I danced that one hard. I'm like, all right, got that one. And I kind of got that one in the books. And next thing you know, they called another song, and it was a crow hop. And this is a 4 song. So I went, 3 songs back to back, going full throttle, thinking, I was trying to make the finals. And I got halfway through that crow hop. And I don't usually do this, but I was already spent. With the heat down there in Livingston, it gets really hot. And I was like, man, my legs are jelly. And I just couldn't keep up with the crow hop, and I ended up walking off. And next thing you know, I guess Doug Schofield, one of my good bros, he ended up winning that special. And that one of those family members came out and was like, yeah, we were going to pick you, but then you walked off. And so, but yeah, I just couldn't hang. I couldn't hang just because I didn't know how they were running that powwow. If I would have known me, I would have probably kind of put on cruise control those other songs. But I kind of went off, and man, I ended had to take a bunch of water and kind of chill out for a minute because I ended up burning myself out that 4th song. But yeah, that was a good time down in Livingston. But going back and forth, we got another good one out here. Going down in September 4th, 5th, and 6th, the infamous Barefoot Powwow, all the way in Canton, Oklahoma. Now, I've had some good memories of this one. I think it was I think I might have been 16, and this was before, I went to the Marines. I was actually in high school. They had a men's fancy special for $500, and I was 16. This was like big, big money. I trained and trained and trained and trained all like weeks before that running, and I think I was, running a lot. I think it was probably my 6 miles a day or so. Got up to the barefoot, and I jammed out, and it became a tie between one of my late uncles, like the Doyle Lonelodge, so we tied off and stuff and whatnot, and then I ended up getting it. And I never had that kind of money before. I had $500, man. I thought I was king, guy. I thought I was like, it was on after that. So, but that was a pretty good memory out there. I've always loved that powwow, and I'd heard a long time ago back in, the 50s, there used to be a huge powwow, way back there. And if you can't find it, it's a hard part because, if you've never been there, you can get lost. Even if I've been there, there's sometimes that I'm like, man, is that turn? Is that turn? But yeah, barefoot, it's always been a good powwow. I like that powwow. It's way out there. If I had some good memories out there. But that one will be coming up September 4th, 5th, and 6th and stuff. So, also, let me jump on my phone. I got a couple other ones that people want me to announce. So, if you got flyers, send them to me. That way I can, kind of shoot from the hip, kind of what I'm doing now. And, that way I can, kind of go back and forth. Looks like All Nations Rescovery Gourd Clan Saturday, April 27th and 27th. 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Give Miles ERC, Gary, Oklahoma. Come celebrate recovery benefit dance. Your head singer is going to be O.T. Sankey. Head man's going to be Isaac Rhodes. Head lady dance is going to be Janet Bullcoming. Head little boy is going to be Davin Darren Echo Hawk. Head lady girl is going to be Hamea Reader. AD is going to be Marshall Williams. MC is going to be Billy Youngberg. Also, honored elder is going to be Kathy Shawnee. Honored veteran is going to be Brian Fielder. So that'll be going down, Saturday, April 27th from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. So come on, check that one out there in, Gary, Oklahoma again. Yeah, all right. Also, excuse me. We also have a gourd dance, honor gourd dance for Linda Francis. That's going to be March 23rd. This one is going to be at the OM Culture Building out there in Red Rock, Oklahoma. So the head gourd dancer is going to be Eric Payne. Head lady dancer is going to be Dawn Buffalo Head. Head singer is going to be Sydney Topaw. MC is going to be none other than the John Arcticita, Uncle John, Uncle Hall. This is going to be a good one. AD is going to be George Alexander himself, the legendary world champion George Alexander. Water carrier is going to be Ezekiel Lynch. So schedule is going to go like this. Gourd dance is going to start at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., 5:30. And the separate breaks can be 5:30 to 7. And then from there, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, all night gourd dance. Hall, shaking them gourds. Let's be keen. So that's going to be an honored gourd dance for Linda Francis around that time up there in Oto Country. Hall. That's going to be a good one out there. So, without further ado, that was all my powwow flyers. Like I said, if you got anything for me to announce, definitely hit me up on Facebook or send me an email, jrlonelodge@gmail.com. Send me all your powwow flyers or what you got coming on. I even got like a hit up the other day, might have this guy on. He's actually doing a movie. So I might get into that down the road. He's looking for Native American actors and, so maybe I can actually help him out, kind of put him on blast and stuff like that and help him out on that way. So without a doubt, going to go into the show. We're gonna actually call one of my guests up here. This guy, me and him have pretty good history. The cool thing is that I've danced in this circle for so many years that I get to meet all these people, travel with, people, and sometimes, I always get to make new friends and make new family. I consider this guy, one of my older brothers. We've danced in a circle for so many years. I've always looked up to him. We even though we were competitive, we've always been respectful of each other. I've always respected his style and stuff. And, there was times that, we battled and we've always had that good camaraderie. And, sometimes you don't always get that in powwow world. Sometimes, you shake hands, you didn't really mean it. Eh? But, this guy, I really didn't mean it. This guy was always cool to touch and like, all right, bro, hey, yeah, good times, good battles. And gonna be honest, we've tied off a couple times, so it was always epic battles. And it didn't matter who won. We were always happy. Whoever won, I was proud of him. If he won, if I won, he was actually happy and actually congratulated me just like the same. So another blood. I'm actually gonna give him a shout out, see if I can give him a holler. Let's see if he answers his phone. So bear with me. I'm still working on this new technology, and like I said, I'm not used to all this cool stuff that we got. This is kind of spoiling me, because we just like have to put the phone up to the microphone. Now everything's Bluetooth and stuff. So let me see if he's up.
This George.
Oh, what's up, big brother? This is J.R. Lonelodge here on Sounds of the Power Grounds. How you doing today?
Oh man, I'm feeling great, man. How you doing?
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I was just kind of doing a little intro, talking about you, talking about all the battles, like me and you've had and stuff like that. Just going around Powwow World and stuff. George comes from all the way from the Oto, Missouri, Iowa tribe, all the way. He is based out up there in Oklahoma, up there in Red Rock, isn't that right?
Ponca
Pon-
City.
Ponca City. There you
Yeah,
go.
Ponca City. I did grow up in Red Rock though, growing up. So yeah, I kind of both. I go both places. Red Rock, Ponca City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's keen, man. And you've been dancing in the circle for a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was a kid, like they used to have that men's fancy champions of champions at Red Earth, the spotlight out there. And I was just a young guy. I remember I used to put my bustles up, and when that spotlight came out, I was right there on the sidelines watching you guys. And I'm gonna admit, I used to steal some moves here and there. I used to go practice them and stuff, and that's kind of how you emulated my style. Is like, I took a lot of, pieces from there, from the great ones, like Billy McCullen, and also, you, of
Mhm.
course, RG. But back in the day, man, around your time, that was the epic battles. I mean, those guys were all legends,
Yeah.
and to go to the, Ponca Powwow, to go to Red Earth, to go to shoot, Indian Fair. You also had Randy Moore out there.
Mhm.
Even Stroud, man. Stroud was wicked because it was all the best of best.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, every year it was. Yeah,
Oh yeah, and that
it
Peoria
was
one
there.
too. Yeah, and that Peoria one too up there. That was a good one too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they got good powwows up there at northeastern Oklahoma. Yeah.
I remember, man, and it was whoever won. It was just like epic, and it was like, oh snap, because it was epic battles here and there. But and man, you're just gonna talk about some things and stuff like that. Like kind of going through it. I kind of mentioned like you were kind of an influence on me, kind of work on my steps and stuff. When we first started getting into powwows, who was something that like, or who actually helped you and actually kind of the style that you kind of gravitated to.
Wow, that's I get asked that question a lot. Man, there was a lot of the guys, a lot of older gentlemen that I looked up to, and I mean, you didn't just look at. I mean, back when I was growing up, it just had straight, fancy buckskin cloth. That's how it was in Oklahoma back in the '70s and '80s. Until they started getting guys coming and bringing down the grass dance, and of course, traditional dance was already here. That was kind of already being introduced, and so it was strictly Southern. But yeah, a lot of the I even look up to some of the straight dancers. We had some good straight dancers here in Oklahoma. A lot of legends that we still talk about today. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
man, there's so many names, man. Just man, if I could just rattle some off the dome, some of the ones I've seen, especially some of the legend legends. I'm talking about like Johnny White Cloud and Larry Daylight,
Mhm,
Pee
mhm,
Wee Clark, of course, around here, had a family of brothers. Their last name were Colsims,
mhm.
and they had some good moves, and there were some deadly dancers. And it was four brothers, and with some good dancers around here, and a lot of other ones around. Junior Kent, Don Murray, a lot of the people that were close around here. And then, of course, when you went over to Tulsa, you got to Oklahoma City, you kind of expanded out, and I just pretty much watched everybody, I mean, uh, Mike Pasatopa, Vincent Poca watch it. Oh dang,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
there's a good. I can see the bustles in there. Everything's just it's just a whirlwind of muscles I'm looking at right now when you ask me what I really, shoot, RG, of course, Billy McClellan, Joe
Yeah.
Boynton, man, you can't leave the Akaboo, man, Randy, Pete Moore, man.
Yeah.
There's so many you could draw from, and that is pretty much what I did. I like watching all of them and get a with it because back then you could tell. I mean, you could tell who. I mean, if you had a silhouette of one dancer, just a
Hmm.
silhouette, just a shadow, you could tell who that was dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you could use. That's how it used to be. You could exactly tell who it was,
Yeah. Everyone had their own.
especially with their outfit.
Yeah, so whenever everyone had their own specific style. I remember when I was 5. I actually got the opportunity. This is crazy. This is kind of a crazy story. It just kind of dawned on me. I got to actually dance at the Oklahoma State Fair. You know, and then that little they used to have that wooden fort,
Yeah,
and this is a long time
yeah.
ago, guy. And yeah,
Uh-huh. I
uh,
remember that. I've never danced down there in that, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, and I was 5 years old, and here I thought I was, big
Hmm.
guy, because I got to dance there all week, and they would just pay me in ride tickets, and they're like, I was 5 and I 5 or 6, and, that day it was kinda crazy because like,
Yeah.
my mom left me with my grandpa, and my grandpa actually had a stand out there, he was selling his jewelry in that fort,
Uh-huh.
but, they got me on there on that show, and I did I learned to know who he was later on, but it was actually, Wooji Watchitaker.
Yeah.
And,
Hmm.
what happened is, they kind of, they had me as one of their showcase, but the way they did it is, like, all right, they kind of put me out front, like that first part, and they're like, started talking about that men's war dancer, that fancy dance, and they're like, kind of talk about
Uh-huh.
this will be the future of fancy war dancing. I got to go out around, just do my little thing and whatnot. And next thing you know, they brought someone else out, and so this is current world champion. I apologize, I don't remember who it was, and he went out there and danced one, like a couple push-ups. And then next thing you know, and this is Wooji Watchtaker, and he's been world champion before.
Mhm.
And it was crazy, the late great Wooji walked out there, and I can specifically remember this, he would dance, and, the very guy before him, he was current, and, he was doing all these moves and whatnot, and, doing all these tricks and stuff. Wooji come out there with that strut, and he would just come out there, and
Yeah,
next
yeah.
thing I know, that
That's
the
that's a
whole
good word.
crowd,
That's a
yeah,
good word.
the whole crowd would be
That's a
up
good word.
on their feet, he would actually get standing elevation, and he would just he made you like it, it had that rocker going
Yeah.
and had those elbows out, and it was keen, and
Mhm.
I never could feel like, he can make that whole crowd watch you, and make you like it and stuff. That
Mhm.
was pretty keen, I
Talking about,
yeah.
yeah.
And, nowadays it's a little different. You see these dancers that jump around and spin around and stuff, but, he had that I guess that showman touch that it could actually put it out there and make
Mhm.
you watch him and make you like it and stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I exactly know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, there's not a lot of
I
dancers
get
that
it.
can pull that off these days, so
Not a strut. I mean,
yeah.
you described it pretty good. Yeah, it was head man dancer. Which he was head man dancer in Holdenville, Oklahoma.
Mm,
Oh, dang man, I can't remember the year. It might have been 91 ish, somewhere in that area, maybe 90, somewhere in that area. Oh man,
yeah,
he was head man down there. Everybody was there. Billy
yeah,
RG, man, it was just one little one dayer. And then little one dayers in Oklahoma, back then, man, that was the king,
yeah,
because they didn't have one dayers. It was either 3 day powwow or something,
yeah,
just little one dayer, and everybody was there. He was the head man. He came in grand entry, leading everybody, leading us all in, and yeah, man,
yeah,
just like you just saying right now, yeah, he was just doing his thing. I mean,
yeah.
wasn't nothing fancy, but it was just freaking dang,
Yeah, I mean, it was like you couldn't take your eyes off him. Like, damn, how's he doing that? And it's like, what I mean, it would just make it look good with that strut.
Mhm.
So, but that was
Yeah.
back in the day, before Powell's actually had all this, grand entry and like points and whatnot. You could just show up and just jam. So, and then and then they kind of caught on that you could bounce from Powell to Powell. Like hit this Powell, hit that Powell.
Yeah, 2 and 2, 3 in 1 weekend. You used to do that in Oklahoma, a while
Yeah.
back, and we all did.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I was just gonna touch base with you. Like I said, like that was coming up. I got that experience to sit there on the sidelines and watch you guys. You guys were like everyone else had heroes and stuff like that. All my heroes came from the powwow circle. Everyone, my heroes had rockers and bustles and stuff. And that's,
Hmm.
that's kind of like I picked apart, this and tried this and did this, and it's crazy because even now I tell my daughter is like, I used to come home from school and I used to put that VHS tape, and she's like, "What's a VHS tape?"
Yeah, what is that?
And I was like, "Let's put that in," and I just watch over and over and over, and then
Mhm.
I'd burn up that VHS tape, and I'm like, "God, dogs," Now she's got YouTube, but it's like I used to practice in
Yeah.
my front
Oh
room all
man,
the
that's
time.
great. I love YouTube. That's how
Yeah,
I stay up on everything. I just want to tell these what's going on now, so I kind of stay up and see what everybody's doing, what all these young bucks are doing. And
yeah, and
it's
they're
good.
getting
Man, I
fast.
like it. It's
They're getting
awesome.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I
the
love it.
it's just the evolution of powwow dancing. You just get to sit back and watch it.
Everything, everything's evolving to this, to what they are right now, and I appreciate it. I love it.
Hmm.
It's awesome. Just
Yeah.
watching these young bucks do their thing.
Now, also, I'm gonna kind of throw this out there. You have your significant other, Renee. Like she always is close to my heart. I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah.
She's always helping you out, training and stuff like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was wondering, always wondering what ask this and kind of those hard hitting questions. Hey, has Renee ever got on to you for missing a song?
Oh wow. Well, man, I'm not gonna sit here and say, no, I didn't miss any. No, I missed plenty, but
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not enough to where, where if I actually, I have to honestly say, if I did miss one, she would be looking at me like,
You get no water.
give me
Yeah.
that look. I just get that look.
Yeah, you
I
get
just
no
get that
water.
water. I would, yeah, no water.
Get back to the truck. Get back to the truck. What the heck was
Just give me
that?
the look. Just give me that look. You serious? Give me that. Are you serious? Honestly, really, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Something that kind of happened back when all our southern drums were going north.
Hmm. Hmm.
All our keen southern drums, they go up north Canada and travel all around. They as keen. And but when they come back to Oklahoma, like say Red Earth, and when they come back, well, they had keen fancy dance songs, but they would never sing them here. They would sing them up north.
Right?
So when everybody was here for Red Earth and all the northern guys, they already heard that song and knew it.
Yeah.
Well, here we are, Southern boys. We're all looking out here like we're directing traffic. We're not even stopping on time. Northern relatives and brothers are all stopping on time. I was like, dang, guys, even got onto a couple of them. And
Mm.
said, hey man, what are you doing? Let the Southern guys know these songs before you start breaking them out in Oklahoma.
Yeah, yeah. No love on that
Yeah,
one.
give us a little heads up. Hey, making us look bad. And meantime, they're looking good. I mean, the drummers, of course, the singers.
Yeah, yeah,
Just a little side note, I had to throw that in there. But yeah, for real, it was like that there for a while. And
yeah.
appreciated them going out there rocking and winning some contests.
Mm.
And some of our best drums, go up north. And dang, they'd be coming back singing them songs they sang out north, and we didn't know when they stopped. We had no idea. So
Yeah, yeah.
I got to pass on that one for
Oh,
Renee.
huh.
So,
Okay.
so
All right. All right. Maybe call Renee.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can call her. You can verify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, I swear to God, I don't know that song. I
Right,
believe you.
right.
Be
So,
pulling up a flyer. Look, they was in Canada 2 weeks ago. Look, see,
right, right. That's my excuse. That's for real,
it's
for
not
real.
mine. No.
Oh. So in all your world travels, you gone like a lot of places like myself and stuff like that, and dance is taking you so many spots. What is your favorite spot? What is your face good memory? What's your favorite point that you're like, hey, that was the time I shined on that one.
Oh man, that's a real good question. I've got asked a couple of times, and man, the only response I got to that, man, is just everywhere. Just I guess like any other dancer that really enjoys and loves being around your friends and drum and going to new places. As long as that spirit's there and dancing, really, I really don't have a favorite place. Really, honestly, I really don't. It's just being there with everybody and laughing and teasing. You know how we all carry on and
Yeah,
stuff. And
yeah.
terrorize. We terrorize the cloth dancers. We terrorize jingle dressers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrorize everybody. It ain't just a fancy dance thing.
Yeah.
It's just good seeing all the aunties and uncles. That didn't know they was going to be there. You might have talked to them during the week. No, I don't think I'm going to make it. Then
Hmm.
they're sitting right there ringside. Hey, what's up, uncle? What's up?
Yeah.
Or you ain't seen an uncle from Montana in a long time. And you finally see him. Yeah, anywhere you go, it's just eye opening. Really, it's eye opening to go, and
Yeah.
it's heartwarming too to go somewhere, and especially when I didn't travel much, when I was we'll get to that later, but just being anywhere really, no matter
Yeah.
what arena it was, whether it be in gathering, whether it be in Montana, whether it be in New York or Florida, California, it just the spirit's still there, and it's the drums are going to bring it no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was always anywhere that you can get out and put your outfit on and feel good and laugh with people and talk and then just go out and compete a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of hate each other for about a minute and a half,
Yeah.
but when you come out of there, you're shaking hands, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I say, man, that's what me and my bros used to do that growing up. I'm gonna beat you this week. You got me last week. No, it ain't happening this week. Oh man, I got you.
Well, I'm dancing in front of you the entire time.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off I'm gonna cut you off in front of this judge. Whenever you're dancing, I'm gonna come over and cut you off. That it was evil like that, back in the day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could name some names, but
Don't put it out
I could
there.
name some names, but they would know. They would know.
You
I
you
mean,
know who you
the
are.
brothers. Yeah, you know who you are if you're out here listening. Yeah, we used to play around like that. I mean, we used to get along real good in Oklahoma like that.
Hmm.
Tease
Yeah.
each other and there'll be no fights or anything. Be real hard teasing though,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
next weekend we'll be just glad to see each other. Hey,
Yeah.
round four, whatever it is, whatever weekend we were in the summertime. Wait, let's do it again.
Yeah. Remember that? Remember last weekend when I beat you? Hey.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's how it be.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to beat you again, guys. Shoot, man. Better get your aunties and uncles to judge you because there's no way you're going to beat me.
That's funny, but
Yeah, good times.
so I know from watching and always knowing you and stuff like that. You have always been the Ponca Powwow that's a pinnacle for Southern men's fancy war dance, and a lot of you like singers and dancers. That is the hiatus. Like Southern men's fancy war dance, and
Hmm.
you had the opportunity to compete there and participate so many years and stuff. I'm gonna throw that other hard question out there. So, how many titles do you hold on that one?
Oh, wow. Before I get to that, I'd like to expand a little bit on that one.
Sure, sure.
I remember growing, I was growing up, Indian Fair, Anadarko used to be the week of Ponca Powwow
Hmm.
there for a long time. So it was always a big thing to um, go down to the Indian Fair, and because it was just Monday through Saturday. Of
Hmm.
course, Ponca, all you had to do was show up. Ponca's has always had that same rule: just show up.
Hmm.
And I wish some of these powwows would do that. Just show up.
Yeah.
Just show up. If you got it, bring it. Show up. That's what the Poncas do. Come on. I mean, everybody to this day, this past year, just no registration, just show up. So I always thought that was kind of like a flex.
Hmm.
We didn't have that word back in the day, but still, I mean, you got something, back it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You think you can dance? Well, just show up right here. So, yeah, it used to be almost. It was real exciting because you go to the Indian Fair, and if you wasn't able to make it to the Indian Fair, there was no social media back then,
Hmm.
no phones, no nothing. So you kind of had to wait till the first person that got there from the Indian Fair Sunday night to see who won. Who
Yeah,
won? Who won?
yeah.
Who won? Who won? So whoever won at the Indian Fair was pretty much the favorite to win at Ponca.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean, it was just exciting, exciting. You couldn't wait. You walked there, and anybody come in yet? We were all us bros. We walking around, us little guys. We walking. Who won? Who won? Who won?
Hmm.
Finally get word. Okay, all right, it's gonna be good. Who else won?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
setting it up like that. So, well, times change. And it's not the same weekend of, but I know they still have a lot of. They've really reorganized that Indian fair, and it's not like it used to be. Things like that usually aren't going to be like it used to be. It used to be real fun. They had that fair and horse races, greyhound races, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It was a whole week long big keen parade. Man, parades were keen back then downtown Anadarko.
Mhm.
Dodge, we call it Dodge down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome to watch the parade. We'd always go down and watch the parade when I was little. Stay down there with my Oto family down in my home Homerantha family, and shoot, it was keen being down there all week and shoot and be there. But yeah, it was just waiting to hear who won, who won.
Mhm.
And once Ponca Powwow started, Sunday night, everybody, all of everybody come in, all the band, straight dancers, fancy dancers, and so dang, it was just a awesome feeling that to be a part of that, man. I wanted to be in, I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be in it. I wanted to be a champion like some of them guys that I've seen come up, and I've seen a lot of good champions come in and out. But I'm like, geez. So of course, Bill McCullough, RG, and man, them guys was shoot, some of them other guys growing up, Pee Wee Clark, of course, Johnny White Cloud, uh, man, Larry Daylight, to rest in peace. He passed away not too long ago.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
got to talk with him a lot, and dang, but the year I was born was last time he won.
Mm.
He was a damn good dancer. Shoot, it was just awesome just to be a part of that. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. And when we get back to the person that kind of influenced me, the one I really, really watched was Billy McClellan. That was the one I liked to. My family said, "Watch him. That's the one right there."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of my age was watching him too. And got a lot of bros and shoot. He was just so smooth and
He had that
just
keen
his
rocker
moves.
that would just jam too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple tries to finally get that rocker, and I got it.
Oh no,
So
you're supposed to make me one. I'm still waiting on
it
this.
took me a while. It took me a while to get it, and I finally figured it out. But there's several secrets in there. Anybody can put wires and wooden dowel together, but
Yeah.
to make the intricate logistics of it, yeah,
Hmm.
it's crazy how that
It's a
works.
science.
So yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
And to make it go and bounce when you don't want it to bounce, that's what you want.
Yeah. Well, going back to it, talking
Mhm.
about, that world champion, like, I had a moment, in my life, where I was at a big powwow. And the crazy part was, I didn't even expect to go to this powwow. I had a deaf in the family and stuff like that, and I kind of was straying away. And this deaf that, kind of took me kind of hard and stuff. So, I was beyond myself, for about a couple weeks or so. And then this powwow came up. And one of my powwow sisters like, hey, talk to my mom. And it's like, hey, I want to take him to the powwow out there in Connecticut. And my mom was like, take him. Cause, I wouldn't, like in my right spot. And it's like, hey, his sister's going to pick you up and take you to the powwow. I was like, nah, I don't want to go. And it's like, no, you're going. You're going. And I was like, I don't want to go. So I walked out there, I kind of bummed out, all the way up there, helped drive and stuff, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't getting it, and so, but one thing about dance, once you walk in that arena, things change. You get that feeling, and I walked
Mhm.
outside, that
Yeah.
building, and I looked up, and I kind of talked to that person, and I was like, hey, just me and you out here, let's do this. And so walked in there, got a little more confident, started dancing and stuff, and I ended up winning that powwow, and it was probably one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, and that kind of put me on the map and stuff. Kind of want to touch bases. How did you feel when you first won that first one?
Oh man, I was just, I think I was crying really,
Hmm.
honestly, because I mean, it was just so much part of my life. I watched it. I mean, I kept stats on it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wish I would have had them stats from junior high when I was writing them down and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I could have been ESPN sideline reporter at that time, just recording live from the arena, White Eagle Park.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, shoot, after all that time, and I did several times, before I even got in the finals.
Hmm.
I mean, back then the competition was tough. Even
You ain't
when I was
lying.
growing up, and when I was growing up in juniors, and even in juniors, we had three groups of juniors in
Hmm.
fancy dance at one time in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Three groups minimum. At least minimum two or three. We had that many fancy dancers in Oklahoma at one time.
Yeah,
and
and that
the competition was tough.
yeah, and I
We can
kind
get
of
stuff up for $10.
yeah, and the crazy part is, nowadays, like, not to say it's dying out. There is a lot of, up and coming fancy dancers here in Oklahoma, but it's
Hmm.
not like even when I was young. When I was in Teen Boy Fancy, I can tell you exactly who I battled every single weekend. It was, and the crazy thing is, I was one
Uh,
year younger than all these
I
guys,
think I have an idea who you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was one year younger than all these guys, and I was like, man, I was battling out just to get a sniff, may hopefully a fourth if they had fourth, hopefully a third,
Man,
and then
you
that
just
one,
wanted to get final,
yeah.
really honest. You just wanted to make the finals.
Yeah. And then that one year, they were all one year older than me. They all had to bump up in men's. I had it. I had Team Boy Fancy. I was on. Boy. I won Potawatomi. I
Uh-huh.
won Denver March. I won Red Earth.
Uh-huh. Once everybody moved up, then it was
Yeah.
all right.
I was probably
Yeah.
the I had the best shoes every week in high school.
Hmm. Hmm. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Well, I mean, it's kind of like what I seen the interview with Woodsy, on YouTube. That's what he even said. He goes, after Gus McDonald got old, well, that's when I got to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So it's basically the same thing. When we all get old, well, now it's my turn. I'm
Right.
gonna try
Right.
to make it my turn.
Well, shoot,
So yeah,
going
I could see that. So.
Yeah, well, shoot, going back to it, like you can kind of see the dichotomy of like, Powell's back when we were around and stuff, and like
Mhm.
kind of what the Powell's currently are going. And the cool thing is, you're on head staff, you get to see this kind of stuff here and there. What's something that you kind of want to bring back to the Powell world from the old days?
Oh man, that's another good question, man. You hit me hard today, bro.
Putting you on
Man,
blast.
yeah, I know. Well, just shoot, man. As things have evolved, we're always evolving.
Mhm.
This is the culture. We're always evolving, and man, there's back then there were simpler times. Man, I wouldn't really change anything because everything's evolving to where we are right now.
Mhm.
There's a lot of customs we've lost along the way due to elders, maybe didn't pass it on to what they needed to, or certain protocols that maybe we might have lost, that we might have seen at one time, when we were growing up. But man, honestly, I'm content with the way everything's going on right now, even with our Oklahoma powwows. Things evolve the way they have, and the way I believe we're in a good state we are right now.
Yeah.
There's if any there's there's man, this just popped in my mind just now because I was just talking this over with another dancer about a month ago, and we were just talking about things. And I guess there's one thing if I wanted to bring back was the old dirt arena at Ponca Powwow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, you talk to anybody, RG, Joe B, talk to anybody, man. That was the best surface to dance on. Yeah, I mean, there's a certain way you got to water it where it ain't so dusty.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
understand, I understand that's why they probably did it. It got a little, but it only got dusty during two-step and intertribals. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
during fancy dance, it really didn't get that dusty. I don't know what but they got a nice little ground. No disrespect to the Ponca people and what they did to the arena, but man, that dirt arena they had at Ponca Powwow was the best surface
Yeah. Because
other than maybe what the Cherokees have over there right now with that putting green for the whole arena.
yeah. You know,
You've seen that, right?
Yeah, I think I have. I think I have. Yeah, and that's one thing.
Yes, man, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, and there's so many different powwow venues. The grass, the indoor
Yeah.
powwows, the outdoor powwows.
Mhm.
I mean, shoot, I know me and you, we danced on both. And heck, we've danced on
Mhm.
potholes if we had to. But I remember specifically.
There's, there's some good shots on them ankles, man.
Yeah, and the one time, this is when I was coming up, and I was just a nobody. I was just one of those little Reds kids, just jumping up in men's for no reason. That one time, me and you actually tied off in Bartlesville. This is on concrete, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, big brother. It's like when I got my name called for tie, I looked at my mom. I was like, I was like,
Yeah. Uh-oh. What do I do?
oh no, all right. She said, go out there. I was like, man, I was all right. I gave him my hell. I know you beat me, but it's like I was scared the entire time. I was like, I was trying to dance away from you. I was like, all right, I'm just, back then,
Oh,
I didn't, Yeah, I didn't have my whole sequence, down yet, so
Yeah.
just doing what I could, But that was the very first time we ever tied off, and I thought I actually tied off with him. And all the way home, I was like, I tied off. I didn't even care that I didn't lose.
Damn it. Well, I know your feeling. I did the same thing,
Yeah,
all the my gentlemen I spoke to, every single one of them, I got tied off with them. And yeah, I know the feeling, and I
yeah,
still remember it. That's the best part of the dancing. You can remember your first time that you did danced off against maybe the one you looked up to, or someone you admired, or someone talked
yeah,
to, someone that really respects you and they respected you back.
yeah,
That's the
and
best part of it.
and that's a good thing to put out there for all those up and coming dancers and stuff. Don't be scared, like you won't be a world champion unless you dance against world champions, and don't be afraid to, hey, it's time to battle. Let's bang,
Exactly.
so. So let me ask you this.
Exactly. Oh,
Sorry to cut you off. Let me ask you this.
yeah.
I've always, of course, all the way through and whatnot, I've always, and I even asked a while back and stuff. So where's those iconic eagle bustles that I've always seen you in and stuff like that? Are they still hanging up or where they at?
Oh no, no, they're hanging up and well, actually they're hanging up and covered up, and they're still ready to go if I need them. I know they might probably need to be cleaned up and straightened, but it's been a while since I've danced with them.
Yeah, those are
I
iconic.
haven't danced. Yeah, I haven't danced since 2018.
Now,
Really, honestly, I haven't. And yeah, they're still there. I might bust them out sometime.
they're in a glass
I
case
still
that
have
says break in emergency.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
real.
I still have them, and they're still good to go. And like I said, they just probably need to be straightened out, and cleaned
Yeah.
up, and they'll be good to go. And they're
So
still good.
the origin from those ones, you straighten those ones out and stuff like that, and then you did the horsehair on the tips and stuff, or is that how you?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Because I see a
Yeah,
lot of people, they'll.
probably.
Hmm,
Yeah, if you look at them real close though, there's a little maybe 1/8 inch um, galvanized little wire all the way up the stem that
hmm,
gave them durability.
yeah, okay,
And if you will bounce.
yeah. Because a lot of people
Uh,
use those dowel rods, and sometimes they'll just be stiff.
yeah, no, and wooden dowel rods don't. No, you got to have a little bit of bounce, and that's why I use wire on them. And
Hmm,
they do, and if they do, like you get a little young one run into your bustles, it kind of
yeah,
messes them up sometimes.
yeah,
Busts. Well, these have just bent
yeah.
because I used a special glue that all along that stem, and
Is
man, they're
that
still sticking together right as of this day, and they're
is
probably
is
over 15,
is that glue
15,
like
15
trade
years.
secret? Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think what glue I used.
It's so good, I don't
uh,
remember.
I can't remember. I think it was. I want to say right now it's contact cement.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Contact cement, the old kind with you got to look in the way back of the hardware store for
yeah.
that. I don't even know they make it. It's probably got lead and stuff in it. That's probably why it's still hanging on.
Right, right. That's the good stuff, eh?
Yeah, that's the good stuff. It'll kill you, but it's good.
You look keen though. You look real keen.
Yeah, it still looks good on 'em, yeah, but it does give you extra bounce on your horsehair and stuff. Really, it really, really does. And,
Well, that's keen to know because like I said, a lot of people use
yeah,
those dowel rods and stuff like that. Even me personally, that's what I've used in the past and stuff. So, kind of putting those secrets out there.
it's galvanized wire. Yeah, a little galvanized wire from all the way from the bottom now,
Hmm.
and all the way to the tip, and then actually the horsehair is tied on to the wire.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
It's
I
not
saw
tied
you
on
you
to the
kinda
leather.
trimmed it at the tip and stuff too, so
Yeah, and then you trim it and get a little extra bounce action, and so yeah, that's kind of where that came from. That's what I
oh.
did.
So, let me ask you this,
Yeah, it'll still work now.
yeah, yeah, so, I'm gonna ask this, being a world champion, what you up to these days? You got what you been doing and stuff, so
Man, like I mentioned earlier, 2018, I haven't really danced, and just kind of retired from that UPS truck for 30 years. I was worked in the white man's world for 30 years in that UPS truck, jumping in and out and delivering packages to all my customers. And when I was working, I'd still be going to powwows. Of course, here in Oklahoma, when I'd have vacation time, we'd take off to Montana, California, Florida. Go to these big powwows. Salamanca. We've been up there a couple times, and when I have vacation time, and take off and go. So, of course, I was uh, kind of bound by my work because I couldn't go very far.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep going. I just kind of hit and miss. I go here for a weekend and come back, and might come back another month or two and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I've been retired 30 years, United Parcel Service driver, Teamsters, local 516. Had to throw that in there because
Yeah.
I get a pension check every month.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'm sitting around doing nothing, and that's why I mentioned earlier. I thought I'd be hitting harder,
Yeah.
hitting the circuit harder, because my love is there, but we went through the pandemic and stuff. We had a lot of deaths in my family. My
Mm.
my family was one of the ones affected by the pandemic. After that, after everything started opening up, well, the hits kept coming. My son Charles passed, and then we had a couple other deaths in there that were family related. So we just been kind of hanging back, but the itch is coming back. So
That's
it's
good to
I
hear,
want to get
man.
out there and kind of step around. I'm still young.
Hmm.
I can kind of get out there and kind of move around anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I still think is you as a threat too. So I know
No, I'm no threat no more.
no, yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know.
I'll give
Shoot.
you I'll give you a run for your money. How about that? I'll
Yeah,
make you
there you
dance
go.
hard.
There you
That's what I
go.
want.
I'll
That
still be
is my
scared.
blessing. If I can make you dance harder, okay, I've done my job. I'm
Yeah.
good. If I win or not, okay, cool. If I don't, hey, I'm good. So
Yeah.
that's always been my MO. If I can make you dance harder from out there, hey, I did my job.
Heck yeah,
So
and you always did. You mean, like I say, me and you, we've
yeah.
kind of gone back and forth. Had some epic battles. I think we had that one at Otto, and there was this raining in the background, and I guess someone had a video, and they're like, "Yeah, when you guys are dancing, there's thunderbolts, and it hit right around those downbeats." And I was like, "Damn, that'd be wicked!" And I wish I could check that out, but I never got a hold of that
Hey, that
video.
would be awesome. Man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that was a good battle out there. But yeah, man,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
yeah, it's always been a pleasure to share that arena with you and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Going
Absolutely.
back to that, what you got plans? What you got? What kind of powwow gigs you got coming up these days?
Oh wow. Let's see. Let's see. I got a couple of flyers. I don't know if you received them or not. I sent
Yeah,
them to you earlier.
yeah, I got
You
those
guys,
ones.
okay. If you want to read those off here in a little bit, that's fine.
Yeah, I already did.
My got a couple of those coming up. My aunt Kathy, she's a homeratha, and she's one of the honored elders out there at the CNA
Mm-hmm.
at that dance
Yeah.
in April. So I'll be heading out there and supporting my aunt. I think before that, there's another one in March 23rd, from my Oto aunt.
Mm-hmm.
I got my home Ratha aunt is the one in Gary,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is my Oto aunt here in Oto, and I'll be arena director down there for her honor dance. It started out as a birthday dance, but she turned it into an honor dance. So
That's
I'll be down
king.
there March 23rd, and, help out my auntie, and be down in April. Go down to Gary and help my home Ratha auntie out. Just I'm pretty clear the rest of the year, other than me and my wife help the Miami tribe run their powwow in June 28th and 29th, and of course you're going to be there and help us out with the AD duties,
Yeah, yeah.
So that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's a good one.
my Yeah, I want to invite everybody to come on up to Miami June 28th and 29th. We always have a good little laid back powwow. No, we don't over dance you. We just want you to come out and dance. And we got pretty good little prize money for just a 2 day powwow. I believe it's 700, 500, 300.
Ooh.
Our golden ages aren't split up individually, but at least we got fancy and grass together, and I think traditional and straight together. And of course the women is cloth and buckskin and jingle and fancy shawl. So kind of give them a little split up anyway, so I
Yeah.
know a lot of our golden ages are still jamming, and that's good, because back when we was young, 35 was old, 40 was old, back when I was all young,
Yeah.
we didn't have all these, our golden agers weren't dancing that much, when I was growing up. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. We're all living longer, we're all being young, which is good. We all want to find that fountain of youth. I
Yeah.
think our dancing makes us young too. So
Yeah, I had one of my
we
announcer
got
buddies. he was mentioning that. He said, they got Golden Age, and then they got Senior Golden Age, and now they got Ice Age. And I was like, "But Ice
Yeah.
Age."
Yeah, I'm going to have ancestor age for too long, right? I know. I mean, that's good. All our elders are still dancing and staying, active, and that's good.
Heck yeah,
Wish we had more out there. Wish we had more to kind of start a pot up. Some of these guys need more comp.
yeah, yeah. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Some of my elders need more comp. I know some of them complain, "Hey, you need to raise that age up some more." And so
Yeah.
I'll be saying, "Hey, you just need to bring it."
Oh. Well, heck,
I know some of them that are 60 and plus, they always say, "Hey, wait, why is it 55? You need to raise that to 60."
yeah, yeah.
Dang, man, you might as well have 80 and up then. Well, I mean, really, back then, I remember some flyers. It was like from 18 to 79 or 18 to 80. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah,
I kind of felt bad for the older guys.
adults were 18 to 89 or 18 to 100. I'd see that sometimes. I'd be like, "Hey, man, an 80-year-old want to dance against a 19-year-old,
Yeah.
18-year-old?"
So let me ask
If
you.
it was Woodsy, he would have kicked your butt, though.
Yeah, he would have. He would have. I would have just walked out,
Yeah,
bowed out, just for respect.
just based on style alone. I mean,
Yeah.
I always call that attitude. I always call that attitude. I mean, man, now Woodsy had attitude. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't beat that.
So going back,
Attitude, confidence.
yeah. So going back, what you're watching on YouTube and stuff. This has got a bunch of these young guys out there and stuff like that, and kind of put them on blast. But like as far as the new guys that are this new era. What you think of the new
Yeah.
era? You got the Silas White Buffalo. You got like
Mm-hmm.
you got the Schofield brothers. You got the ones from up
Mm-hmm.
north. Man, those guys are just fast. What you think of that?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been watching YouTube. I try to keep up on these young dancers, and that's actually the only. That's actually the only. I'm gonna be honest. That's the only actually um, category I watch is just keep up on these young guys and see what they're doing, what kind of moves they're doing.
Yeah.
If they can, the thing I look for is if they can change up from one weekend to the next. So I see some of these dancers doing the same thing from one weekend to the next. It shouldn't be like that. They should bring something a little extra the next weekend and
Yeah.
maybe go back to what they did 2 weekends
It
before.
got that routine down.
Yeah, bring it. Yeah, I mean, break your routines a little bit. Show something else different. Um, Brother Michael Roberts asked me and Joe and RG and Daryl Wildcat. We went down to his back when he had that contest down at Durant. We was judging. He brought the top 10.
Oh yeah, I
Five, top
remember
one,
that.
top 10. So yeah, he brought the top 10 Northern and the top 10 Southern in there, and it was awesome the way he had it set up because we was able to talk to the contestants before they competed, and I thought that was awesome. I told Michael that too. And then the first initial meeting before they started their getting dressed to go on stage and get ready. So of course I was the youngest of the four judges, so they made me go first. But that's what I told them. I said, I seen you boys, every one of you. I know some of y'all personally, some of y'all are brand new, but I know who you are because you're dancing. I watch YouTube, thankful to YouTube, and people with cameras.
Heck
I
yeah.
still get to watch you in Canada at the spotlights and maybe some of these powwows that I can't get to, thankful to the internet that I can still watch y'all. So I already kind of have an idea how y'all dancing, tonight. Bring it a little bit different because there was a lot of money on the line that night.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of money. So you got a lot of money on it. So this is not a powwow. This is not anything. This is competition. Y'all gonna be bumping heads, hitting sticks,
Yeah.
messing up muscles. It's cutthroat. It's all so y'all gonna be battling each other and hating each other for about 2 hours, but after that, y'all gonna be brothers after that.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be appreciative of what you see, what you experienced. If you got out danced, well, you got out danced.
Yeah. Well,
But
so
what I'm looking for is, yeah, what I told him, what I'm looking for is I'm looking to see what else you can do. I
yeah.
already seen what you can do, but what else can you do?
Yeah.
I know you got it in your repertoire. I know y'all practice. I know y'all work out. I know y'all do things in your garage or your patio or wherever it is y'all practice. And I said I want to see something different because you're gonna get it. We had Yellowhammer there that year,
Hmm.
so you gotta get some good songs to dance to. You're not gonna get these bullet songs. You're gonna get some good songs to throw some moves out there. So really see some good dancing that night. It was awesome to witness that. And, so, but that's the main thing I see. Some of these dancers, young bucks, are man, they're moving good. They're fast, and it's awesome. That's good to see. Some of these guys are still doing the same thing every
Yeah.
weekend. So if there's one thing I want to put out there is, change the routine up just a little bit every weekend. Make somebody want to watch you
Yeah.
instead of, oh, he's gonna do this, or he ends in the splits all the time,
Yeah.
or he does this all the time.
I
That
got
kind
you.
of thing.
Well, all you
Yeah.
fancy
So
dancers
yeah, I
out
want to see
there.
something different.
Yeah. Well, all you fancy dancers out there, you heard it
Yeah.
first. George
Right. So
Alexander,
I know
world
I'm not the
champion.
only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm not the only one that thinks like this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how, just like I mentioned earlier. You used to, if you put a silhouette of somebody back in the day, you would know who that was. You could pick it out.
Mm.
So, but then now these days, you put a silhouette on some of them, you'd be like, I think that's, that kind of thing. No disrespect. Just being straight up, and that's the only way I am is being straight up. But,
Yeah.
so yeah, so. But yeah, those young bucks are doing great. There's some good moves, good footwork. Just man, it's awesome. I love it. And the crowd gets into it, and these guys get the crowd into it. Man, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. And they keep winning, keep doing their thing. And man, yeah, I'm sitting here smiling.
Oh,
I can just see a couple of what I've seen just in the past year, watching these young men, and it's good. And like Xavier and Silas and the Schofields, and there's a couple of them, little young ones up there from Canada. They're doing great. And seen some out in Cali. I was uh, head judge out at San Man this past September, and I seen some new dancers out there. And
mm-hmm.
they look good. They look
Yeah.
good. Some up and comings. So yeah, them guys better bring it out there. There's some guys coming up. So
Yeah. So you
that's
heard it
good.
first out there, all you fancy dancers listening. World champion George Alexander is still watching every one of you guys on YouTube, and he wants you.
Absolutely. Y'all under a microscope,
Yeah,
for
change it
real.
up. Don't be doing the same routine every weekend. That's what
Yeah.
his words.
I know. Maybe we were all done that before. Maybe done the same moves and stuff. But if you really, really watch those old videos, especially RG, I mean, he really doesn't do. He really, really watch RG. Really watch him. I mean, Joe B, watch him. Some of the even Dwight. Watch Dwight. He doesn't do that. Yeah, he has his favorite moves. He does, but still, the way he presents it, the way his routine is, the way he might, he changes it up still.
Yeah.
And all of them do. They all change up a little bit to make it look a little bit different, even if it's like a kind of like a magician.
Mm.
They show you one way, but it's really this way. Still, I mean, you still want your audience. You still want your whoever's watching you to want more.
Hmm.
That's why everybody wants more. Another song, another song.
Yeah. And a lot of some of his dancers, no more, no more.
Yeah, no more, no more. Well, around here, I'm growing up. They said if you ain't got it in one song, you ain't got it. Really, that's really what it needs to be. If you can't show what you got in one song, then you don't got it.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
wants another song. I said, well, I know a lot of these older guys would tell these young guys that would say that. They're standing up in a. There's all kinds of things that are said in the lineup line. I know that's been brought up before.
Yeah, yeah. You ain't lying.
There's been arguments. There's been harsh words said. I mean, it's crazy sometimes, man. Someone needs to go live on that. Someone have their phone
Well,
in the
hopefully.
lineup sometime when there's an argument. When there's an argument going on, I'll guarantee you're gonna go viral.
Hey.
And it's awesomely off. And honestly, it's just words. They don't hate each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. Just it's harmless. It's just banter. It's just in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
He can't dance. This guy's too old, or you're too young. You should have danced that first song.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I know you've heard it too. I know
Yeah,
you.
you know I have.
I know you
I've
heard the same stuff.
There's some people. I ain't mention names, but hey, you know
Well,
who
we
you
we
are.
could mention names. Yeah, we
Yeah.
could mention names, but yeah, I mean, if we, it's there, you could almost put a reality show on the lineup of a fancy dance. So
Yeah, you know that would be a good reality show. You know,
I mean,
War
some of
Dance
y'all be getting
Wars. You
paid
know,
for no
yeah,
reason.
War Dance Wars. Well, hey, big brother.
It's got to be a more controversial title than
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'll keep thinking about it. I'll see what I can come up with. Well, hey,
Yeah,
big
man, you do
brother.
that. Let me know.
For real, for real. You know, like I mentioned,
Uh,
it's always been a pleasure, dancing against you in the circle. We've always had that good camaraderie between us, and
yeah,
I'm always
absolutely. That's the
waiting.
way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that offer's still out there. If there's anything I can do to help you out, if there's something I can sew for you, get you back out there,
Mm,
that door is open, like we've always had
mm.
that good time
Oh,
each other, but want to thank you, coming on the show, kind of giving your input, your 2 cents in there. Like I said, I look
mm,
highly up to you. You've always been that one person I've always, like, oh man, I kind of want to strive to be like you and stuff like that. And I appreciate all the time that you took out, when I was a young guy, that you kind of put me to the side and kind of talked to me. I meant a lot.
mm.
You don't know it, but that really meant a lot. But I appreciate,
Oh, man,
coming on the
appreciate that,
show and
man.
just being here for me, and appreciate everything you've done for me, man. But thank you, man, just coming on that show. And, like I said,
Hmm.
I'll always be there for you and stuff like that, and with you, man.
Hmm. Man, yeah, I'm definitely honored and blessed for you to think of me to ask me these questions, and we had a little bit of couple giggles and everything.
Heck yeah.
Makes me feel good, just your little words, expressions right there, and I've had a lot of, in my little age right now, I've had a lot of younger dancers just from around here, hit me up and need tips and advice and things, and I'm more than happy to help them. If anybody else wants to hit me up, uh, I don't know how to get a hold of me other than just contacting you or the show, or
Heck yeah.
I have an email. Yeah, I got emails. You hit me up or whatever. Every time even when I was out at San Man, I had several little grandpas and uncles approach me everywhere I go. I always get some little older. Oh, my grandson adores you, or nephew. And we love the way you dance. It really sure makes me feel good. Like I said, I'm not well traveled.
Mm.
I'm basically but stuck in Oklahoma. But when I do go somewhere, if I compete, I do pretty good in
Heck
plays.
yeah.
I know my family's told me that they said, man, if you wasn't working for UPS and be stuck in that brown truck, I know there'd have been a lot of different outcomes if you did hit the circuit.
Now, I told you that a long time ago too.
I don't think about that. Yeah, you told me that. Michael Roberts has told me that. And Michael's even said, I'm glad you're working. So man, don't think it like that, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, but I appreciate the love. I appreciate all that. So man, we could sit here and talk shop about this all day long. We could talk some more if you want to.
heck yeah. Appreciate it. But
Yeah, this
hey,
is this is awesome. But
I got one more question. I got one more question. So, I
all right,
forgot.
what you got?
I kind of asked that a minute ago, but we kind of got derailed and stuff.
Hmm?
So, how many titles you got from Ponca Powwow now?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I never got to that, did
yeah.
I? Well, I was fortunate enough to win that title that I looked up to so much when I was growing up. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I even kept stats on who won down there at Indian Fair, and come up here and had to leave a list of who won and everything. And I was just fortunate enough and blessed to win that Ponca title 8 times.
God, dogs.
And
Woo.
that's I was undefeated in Oklahoma there for about 2 years in a row,
You
a
ain't
couple
lying.
times. Fortunate enough to get in there and I brought it back to my community. Just like RG said, go help an elder out, or take a grocery basket, and
Hmm.
really, I mean, that's what it's about. And I didn't tell nobody. I just did what I did. I mean, you win $2,500 one weekend. Well, what you gonna do? So I pick a couple grocery baskets to a couple elders, helped them out, or if they needed something, or donated a little bit to maybe domestic violence or something.
Yeah.
You know, and those programs really do need a little bit of help from time to time. You know? So
Yeah.
you do the best you can with your talents. You know, I mean, I had a good job. You know, I mean, actually, when I won, that was extra money for me, and it wasn't even about that. It was just, you
That
know, I just
title.
tell my family, I just wanted to beat. I just wanted to beat dancers.
Yeah.
I'm just here to win. I don't know. I mean, the money's cool, but you know, the trophies are awesome. But you know, I just wanted to beat people. I wanted to say, I beat you. Kind of like when I went back. You know, that's how we all used to do. You know, all my little bros I grew up with. You know, that some of them went to singing, and some of them, you know, went to other endeavors. And, you know, some of them are passed on now. You
Yeah.
know, but damn, just because this just now popped in my head just now when you said you wanted something to bring back. And thing that just popped in my head right now, my sister Valerie Reyes. She beat me more times than you know. And if there's one thing, is hell, we need to bring back some more lady and girl fancy dancers. That's what we
Yeah.
need. I mean, I know they've been having a lot of competitions here the past year just for these ladies. You know, I think they had one in Pawnee just last year. You
Yep.
know, and
I
they had
was
good
actually
money.
there.
You know, so
I
mhm,
was there.
that's
There.
what we need. So I mean, thinking back to your question just then, that's what we need. And
Mm.
Valerie Reyes was awesome, man. I'll give out shout out to my sister Valerie, man, wherever you're at. I know.
Oh, oh.
I love her and her family, and yeah, man, yeah, she beat me more than you know. So I mean, yeah, some of these young guys need to be humbled by that, you know, really.
Yeah, they're not used to that. They know
So,
they don't have that
no,
taste, you know.
yeah. So these young ladies need to know, you know what I mean. I know it's a different feeling when you put them heavy bustles on, you know, and even if they're eagles, they're not used to that weight, you know.
Yeah.
But if you design your own outfit and your own regalia, you know, make it to where you can comfortable with it, I think, man, some of these young ladies will take off. I mean, for real. I mean, a lot of that's what's dancing now. They borrow, you know,
Yeah.
borrow
Yeah.
somebody's muscles and everything. You know, it's hard to keep that rocker going. You know,
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's the
there's one
pinnacle.
thing. We need more ladies out there. So yeah, I give a shout out to my sister Valerie, man.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, we need more ladies out there. That's it. You know, if we're gonna keep this going, let's go on. I mean, hey, ladies, these girls are wrestling now. They got a wrestling tournament. They got high school. I mean, shoot, we need to spread that over to fancy dance. Let's get these guys, give them a push in the butt. You know,
Heck yeah. Yeah, I see
that's
that. I
what
see
we
that.
need. Yeah,
Oh.
for real, that's what we need. So, I mean, getting back to your question, I don't know why I was still thinking about that for some reason. It just popped in my head just now. That's why.
Well, that's keen. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, so all you young ladies, get out there and make your own outfit, make it light. I mean, pheasant feathers is no pheasant feathers are extremely light. You
Yeah.
can make it keen. Man, you don't even have to have nothing big. It's all about the dancing. It's not about your outfit.
Yeah.
Because I know some of y'all's buses are heavy,
I-
especially yours.
oh man,
But
that was
yours
back in when I
aren't.
was 20. I
No,
was just starting
but
out.
yours aren't as heavy as Joe B's though.
Oh, that is true. Uncle Joe, man. I picked those things. I was like, oh dang. You dance with both of these? Uncle Joe, if you're out there, yeah. I
That's what
mean,
I said.
yeah.
Yeah,
And he
and act
still
like
moves
yeah,
good.
he's still floating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was float. Yeah, he was still floating. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, you get used to it. I mean, even though back when, yeah, I mean, you'll feel the weight of the arm muscles, everything, and especially you got fully beaded top on and bottom. You know, you feel the weight of that, especially by that third, fourth song. You know, if
Yeah.
you're not
It's
used
like
to
armor.
it.
And then
It
you wonder
can be.
why. Then you
It
wonder
can
why
be.
you made all that stuff. Like, ah, damn, this song. Yeah.
Why did I make all this?
Right, right. Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, it's been good time, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate you and your input. And, like I said, you've always been like big brother to me, and I appreciate everything you've done for me, man.
Man, I'm just glad to be here and still here and looking for me in Greenwich or somewhere. Everybody, just I'll be out there, just probably just stumbling around, most likely, but we'll
Ah,
see.
heck yeah. I mean,
Oh,
shining, shining.
one more thing
What
about
you got?
my I wanted to tell all my fancy dancers. I always put this on social media and stuff.
Hmm.
I was up there when Saturday night, right after Grand Entry, men's fancy is first up.
Okay. All
So
right.
I wanted to put that out there. I don't know
Nope.
who made the schedule for these contests, but all y'all powwow committees everywhere else, y'all need to start putting men's fancy at the beginning because this is just BS. I mean, hey, I can get 10 fancy dancers in right now and tell you that yeah, this sucks waiting all night long till about.
Yeah, we're usually the last to go, so
Yeah, we're the last. I mean,
yeah.
hey, I can understand back in the 70s and 80s when best save the best for last, but now we're in 2024 now. Let's just mix that up and let's just mix things up. I mean, I don't know who wrote the book and who wrote the rules and why it has to be a certain
Mhm.
schedule to everything. So,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, all you power committees out there, let's change up the order of the contest. So make it a little bit more. I mean, I know cloth dancers don't want to be last, but you know what? We're tired of being last.
Right, right. Hey.
I'm just being straight up. I'm sorry if I offended anybody out there in powwow land. Sons of the powwow, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. This is
I'm not alone. I will tell you right now, I am not alone in this thinking.
I feel you. I feel you.
But you come up to Miami Powwow 28th and 29th, men's fancy, Saturday night, right after grand entry, boom, you
Yeah.
all are on. And then
8
after that,
songs.
after that, yeah. Then after that, you can go have your Frito chili pie, whatever, hot dogs, corn dogs, whatever it is y'all like.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
and I got that idea from Billy McClellan. Billy McClellan was in charge of, he was AD down at Iowa Powwow a long
hmm.
time ago. For about 2, 3 years, he was in charge. And yeah, he had fancy dance first up right after grand entry, man.
That's key.
And that was awesome, man. Okay, oh, man, that was so freaking awesome. I mean, what do you do with yourself after that? But who cares? We're done.
Yeah. Stir around the powwow.
Yeah, we sit around and go bother everybody. Maybe that's why they had fancy dance, because fancy
Yeah.
dance just go around and bother everybody.
Yeah. Probably so. Probably so.
I'll put that out there, so
Yeah.
because I will be bothering everybody. Uh-huh, we already danced.
Yeah. Yeah. Keen. Keen. Hmm.
So what else we got? You got another question?
Oh, that's all I got. I was wrapping it up on that one. So I appreciate like all the knowledge you put on this show, appreciate it. Thanks so much though.
Oh, yeah, I'm honored and blessed to be here and glad to be on here. And I got to catch your first episode with Larissa and Lena and Corey.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good little episode. I like that. So
Yeah.
I'm honored to be involved in every one of those. I respect every one of them. Larissa's our little adopted daughter, and she's doing good things up there in Denver with her and her family, and great Aunt Grace and Aunt Diane up there. So yeah, they're gonna have another good celebration up there next week. I know they are. So
Heck yeah, this can be a good one.
that
So
was awesome to hear. So you and Corey's little battles.
oh yeah, yeah. Battle
Yeah, I
everybody.
know we had some good. Uh, well, we needed a camcorder on that private plane though. We took down to Florida though. That's what we needed.
That
That's
was
what we needed a podcast.
yeah, we should have a podcast. We didn't have that then, so
We didn't have that there. Now we should have had something. We definitely had some good powwow minds on there then, with the help, especially with Michael on there,
yeah, yeah.
and we had Joaquin too.
Yeah, yeah, it was MC and stuff like that. So
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, we definitely had a good time on that one. Maybe if we do that again, bring a camera.
definitely, definitely. I'll see if I can pack up this equipment. So
Okay, we'll do it next week. I'm ready.
hey, I gotta call that guy up again. All right, brother. Well, sure. Like I said, thanks for coming on the show. Hey, down the line, hey, we'll probably, I'll probably bring you back and stuff like that. So we got anything else coming up the pipe,
Okay.
start thinking about the different ideas that we can bring about and stuff. But
Yeah.
you'll be on my list to call back. So definitely. So
Mhm. Shoot, man, what we need a round table of all me and RG, Joe B, and
oh, the
and
legends.
Michael. Yeah, we need even some of these young bucks coming up. We need a round table just
Yeah,
to sit around and just talk.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Well, hopefully,
I think that's what we need. Someone needs to organize something like that. That would be awesome. Get
yeah,
us all together, talk about the state of what it is and what it was, and that'd be awesome.
yeah, yeah.
I'd be ready for that.
Maybe down pipe, maybe I can organize something like that. But
Yeah, get that. Yeah, sounds good.
well, cool thing
I'll
is
be
I just
ready.
make
I'll be
phone
down.
calls. Yeah. All right, man.
That's all you need.
I'll start working on it
We
now.
got a Zoom conference.
Yeah, I'll start working on that now.
We can make Zoom conferences. We we got Zoom conferences. We can do that. Just make
Oh.
sure everybody's looking good. Be looking all
Put it in
rough.
late in the afternoon, not in the mornings.
Yeah, yeah, I could be doing more in the morning. No, I don't even get up till noon. So yeah, I'll be include me in that. I won't get up till about noon. So
Hold on. All right, brother. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, and I'll holler at you soon, man.
all right, man. Hey, man, I'm here. I'll be still here on Potomac. It's our
Oh,
still family. Way the Alexander's on Potomac. Hit us up. We're here.
oh, appreciate it. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that was our guest, the world champion George Alexander. Like I said, I danced with that guy so many years. I'm glad he's doing well. He's retired now from UPS, and he's still out there looking to come back. So all you fancy dancers, he might be coming back. That's a scary thing. So just putting it out there. But right now, just put it out there. Hey, thanks for coming on the show. And you say he's always been a big brother to me. Oh, thank you. Today was a pretty awesome day. Got to talk about some powwows coming up. Also, Denver March is right around the corner. So, people, without further ado, if you got any flyers, definitely send them to me, jrlonelodge@gmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook. Even if you got questions about, making regalia, definitely hit me up. I still get a lot of those in my messages a lot too. So, but I'm always here for you. Once again, this is JR Lone Lodge signing off for Sounds of the Power Grounds. I hope people